5x plus 4y equals 3 and 2x minus 3y equals negative 8. To find the value of x, we do the cross multiplication. 4 times negative 8 minus 3 times negative 3 and 4 times 2 minus 5 times of negative 3. So you get the value of x as negative 32 plus 9 divided by 8 plus 15. And if you simplify this, you get this as negative 23 over 23. So which would be negative 1. So the value of x is negative 1. When you plug in x as negative 1, in equation number 1, you get the value of y. So y is 2. So the value of x is negative 1, y is 2. So the solution set to this given question is negative 1 comma 2. So that's the solution to the given simultaneous equations. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Tired of long method for solving simultaneous equations? Here is a shortcut that's let you find x and y in seconds. No substitution, no elimination, just smart tricks and quick math. Let's break it down. Say we have a question 2x plus 4y equals, say it is 10. Let this be equation number 1. And then we have 3x plus 2y equals, say 11. Let this be equation 2. Now the question is, solve these simultaneous equations. Basically find the value of x and y. You know, to find x and y, we need to do either the substitution or elimination method to find the values of x and y. Now, to save time, to speed up the process, we use a shortcut to find the values of x and y without using elimination and substitution. Let's see that. To find the value of x and y, first we start with x. Let's see how we find the value of x from this shortcut method. To find the value of x, we do here the cross multiplication. We always start from the coefficient of y, which is 4. So you do 4 times of 11 minus you do 2 times of 10. So we write this as 4 times 11 minus, and then we do 2 times of 10. So that's the numerator part. And this whole thing divided by, now to get the denominator, we do the cross multiplication like this. We always start from the coefficient of y, so which is 4 here. We do 4 times 3 minus 2 times 2. So we write this as 4 times 3 minus, we do 2 times 2. Now let's simplify this. So that equals 4 times 11, that's 44. And then minus 2 times 10, that's going to be 20. And this whole thing divided by 4 times 3 is 12 minus 2 times 2 is 4. Now let's simplify this further and find the value of x. So that's going to be x equals 44 minus 20. That's going to be 24. Divided by, we have 12 minus 4. That's going to be 8. So you get the value of x here. X equals 24 divided by 8. So that's 3. So now we got the value of x here. So x equals 3. Now to find the value of y, we plug in x equals 3 either in the first equation or in the second equation. Let's plug in x as 3 in equation 1 and let's see what is the value of y. Let's take the first equation, which is 2x. So we know the value of x is 3. So 2 times of 3 plus 4y should be equal to 10. Now 2 times 3 is 6 plus 4y should be equal to 10. Now to solve for y, the first step going to be we subtract 6 on both sides of the equation so that you can cancel out 6. We are left with 4y equals 10 minus 6, that's 4. Now you divide by 4 on both sides of the equation so that you can cancel out 4. You have y value equals 4 divided by 4, that's going to be 1. So the y value is 1. So we got the x value as 3 and then you got y value as 1. So what is the solution to this given simultaneous equations? So we always start from the x value, that's going to be 3 here. So 3 comma, the y value is 1, so 3 comma 1. This is the solution to this given system of equations, or you can say simultaneous equations. We always can plug in these values and check if that's the right answer. You can plug in x as 3, y as 1 in both of these equations, and you can always check that if it satisfies the given equations. Alright, let's do the next question. Using the same method, let's solve and find out the values of x and y. So this will save us time without doing the actual long process of substitution and then elimination. Let's do question 2. Say the question is 2x plus 1y equals, say this is 5, and let this be equation number 1. And let's take the second equation, let that be 3x minus 4y equals, say that as 2. Let this be equation number 2. Now we are solving for x and y. First we find the value of x, as you all know that. So x equals, again we start with the coefficient of y. Here it is 1. So we do 1 times of 2 minus 5 times of negative 4. So we start with the coefficient of y, so which is 1. So 1 times 2 minus 5 times negative 4. So this is the numerator. And then the denominator is, we again start from the coefficient of y. That's going to be 1 here. So 1 times 3 minus 2 times negative 4. So we write 1 times 3 minus 2 times of negative 4. Now let's simplify this. So we have 1 times 2, that's going to be 2. And then 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. But minus of a negative, that becomes positive. So you write this as positive 20. Divide by 1 times 3, that's 3. And then again same thing, minus of a negative number, that becomes plus. 2 times 4 is 8. Now let's simplify this further and find the value of x. So let's write down this, x equals 2 plus 20, that's 22, divided by 3 plus 8, that's 11. Now 22 divided by 11, that is 2. So the answer, or you can say the value of x is 2. Now we got the value of x. Let's plug in x equals 2 in first equation and find the value of y. Alright, so let's plug in that in first equation. Let's see what is the value of y. Now the first equation is 2x. As you can see, the x value is 2. So 2 times 2 plus 1y, we just can write y equals 5. 2 times 2 is 4 plus y equals 5. Now to solve for y, we subtract 4 on both sides of the equation. So you can cancel out 4. And we are left with y equals 5 minus 4, that's 1. So we can see that the y value is 1. So x value is 2 and y value is 1. So what is the solution set to these simultaneous equations? We always start from x value, so 2 gonna go first and then 1 next. So you write this as 2 comma 1. That will be the solution to this given simultaneous equations. Let's take another example and solve that. And let's see what are the values of x and y. So let's find first x and then you find y. We always can plug in and check if that's the right answer. Alright, so question 3. Let's take that as 32x plus 12y equals, say that as 120. Let that be equation number 1. And the second equation, 22x plus 17y equals, let that be 100. So this is the second equation. Now we are finding x and y. Here, when you look at equation 1, you can see that equation 1 can be divided by 4 on both sides to simplify that, right? So whenever it is possible, we always simplify equations. Now, what we do is equation 1 divide by 4 to simplify that. So we divide by 4 on both sides for equation 1. So 32 divided by 4, that's going to be 8, plus 12 divided by 4 is 3, so you get 3y equals 120 divided by 4, that's going to be 30. So this becomes now equation number 1. As you can see that second equation cannot be simplified further. So you cannot divide by the number on both sides to simplify. So we write the equation the same. There's no change. So that's going to be 22x plus 17y equals 100. So that's going to be equation number 2. Now, let's find out the value of x and y from these two equations. So we apply the same method. Let's find first x value and then we see what is the value of y. So the value of x, so we write x equals, now to find the value of x, we start with the coefficient of y always. So 3 times 100 minus 30 times 17. So we can write this as 3 times 100 minus, we do 30 times 17 divided by, to get the denominator part, we do again 3 times 22 minus 8 times 17, or you can say 17 times 8. So we write 3 times 22 minus, you write 8 times 17. 8 times 17. Now we simplify this and see what is the value for x. So that equals 3 times 100. That's going to be 300 minus 30 times 17. That's going to be 510 divided by 3 times 22. It's 66 minus 8 times 17. That's 136. Let's simplify this further. So 300 minus 510, that's going to be negative 210 divided by 66 minus 136, that's going to be negative 70. Now negative 210 divided by negative 70, you get as 3. So we see that the value of x is 3. Now we plug in the value of x in first equation and find the value of y, right? So x is 3. Now we plug in x as 3 in equation number 1. Let's write the value of x here. So say x equals 3. That's the value of x, right? So Now let's plug in the equation 1. So equation 1 is 8x. So that's going to be 8 times 3 as x is 3 plus 3y should be equal to 30. 8 times 3 is 24 added to 3y should be equal to 30. Now to find the value of y, we subtract 24 on both sides of the equation so that 24 cancel out. You get 3y equals 30 minus 24, that's going to be 6. And now you divide by 3 on both sides of the equation. So you get the value of y. So these 3 cancel out. So y equals 6 divided by 3, that's going to be 2. So y value is 2. So x value is 3 and then y is 2. The solution is 3 comma 2. This is the solution to the given simultaneous equations. Alright. Now let's do the next question. Let's find again the values of x and y and let's see if that satisfies the given equation. Now let's do the next question. So say the next question is 5x plus 4y equals, let's say that is 3. Let this be equation number 1. And then we take 2x minus 3y equals, say it is negative 8. Let this be equation number 2. We are finding the value of x first. So we write x equals, same thing. We start with the coefficient of y. So 4 times negative 8 minus 3 times negative 3. So we write 4 times negative 8 and then minus 3 times negative 3. And this whole thing divided by, we do again 4 times of 2 minus 5 times of negative 3. So we write 4 times of 2 minus 5 times of negative 3. Now let's simplify this. 4 times of negative 8. It's going to be negative 32. And then again minus of a negative number, that becomes plus. 3 times 3 is 9 divided by 4 times 2 is 8. Again the minus of a negative, that becomes positive. 5 times 3 is 15. Now let's simplify this further and find the value of x. So x equals negative 32 plus 9. It's negative 23 divided by 8 plus 15, that's 23. So what is the value of x here? So negative 23 divided by 23, that's going to be negative 1. So the value of x is negative 1. Now let's plug in x as negative 1 in first equation and find what is the value of y. So the first equation is 5x. So we have the value of x as negative 1. So 5 times negative 1 plus 4y equals 3. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5 plus 4y should be equal to 3. Now to solve for y, the first step is here plus 5. Add 5 on both sides of the equation so that you can cancel out this 5. So we have here 4y equals 3 plus 5, that's going to be 8. Now to solve for y, the last step going to be here divide by 4 on both sides. So you can cancel out 4. You have y equals 8 divided by 4, that's 2. So y value is 2 here. So x is negative 1 and then y is positive 2. So the solution set is negative 1 comma 2. That's the solution to this given system of equations, or you can say simultaneous equations. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a quick math hack. Got a question or more examples? Drop it in the comments. I'm here to help.